Exercise 15.5. Calculate the value of these tangent ratios, giving your answers to three significant figures where necessary. First of all, what is a tangent ratio? We need to understand. Whenever there is a right angle triangle, let me label it as A, B, and C. The sides opposite to the vertices are labeled with small letters. The side opposite to A is labeled as small a. The side opposite to capital B would be represented by small b, and the side opposite to the vertex C would be represented by small c. Now, since we have got the right angle at vertex B, so that is why this B is called the hypotenuse. Okay. So tangent ratio is actually calculated with respect to a particular angle. For example, we are considering tangent ratio with respect to angle A. So we would write tangent of angle A, that would be equal to the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. Now, the side directly opposite to the angle of consideration, that is known as the opposite side. So in this case, the opposite side is A. And the side that is lying adjacent or with the base of the angle of consideration, that is known as the adjacent side. So in this case, the side small c is the adjacent side. So whenever you divide with respect to a given angle, the opposite side to the angle with the adjacent side to the angle, that ratio of the two sides is known as tangent ratio of the angle of consideration. Okay. Now, for question number 1, this is actually the matter of using the calculator. So we need to calculate tangent of 35 using the calculator if it is in degrees. You need to have the mod of your calculator set to degrees. Then tangent of 35 degrees is going to give us 0.700. Since we need to give the answer to three significant figures, so this will be the answer. Then similarly calculating tangent 46. You just need to input from your calculator tan key, then 4, then 6, and then equals to. This would give you the value of tangent 46 using your calculator. And when you use your calculator, the answer is going to be 1.04. So its answer is 1.04. Similarly, calculating tangent of 18 degrees, that would give us 0.325. Correct to three significant figures. Tangent 45 is 1, tangent 15.6. We would write it like this. Tangent 1, 5, then dot, then 6, and then equals to. This will give us 0.279. Then similarly, tangent 17.9 will yield 0.323. Tangent 0.5 degrees will give us 0.00. Since we need to give the answer to three significant figures, so first significant figure will start from 8, then 7, and then 3. Though it has got 5 decimal places, but that actually means it contains 8, 7, and 3. Three significant figures. And for tangent 0, your calculator will give you the answer 0. So this was question number 1. Now for question number 2. For each of the following triangles, find the required tangent ratio as a fraction in the lowest forms. Okay. Now you see in each of these triangles, you are given with the angle that is to be considered, which is known as angle of the consideration. So in the first part A, the side opposite to this angle of consideration is 1, and the side which is at the base or adjacent to this angle, that is 2. So we would write tangent of the angle A is equal to 1 centimeter divided by 2 centimeters. So centimeter can be cancelled out. So the answer is 1 by 2. Since we need to give the answer as a fraction in its simplest form, so this should be the final answer. For part B, the side opposite to this angle of consideration is 6, and the side adjacent to this angle is 4. So we would write tangent of A is equal to 6 divided by 4. Now I'm not writing centimeters with them since from part A, it is clear that the units are the same, so these can be cancelled. So at the moment, I'm just simplifying this fraction. So this will give us 3 by 2. Tangent of angle A is equal to 3 by 2. Now you need to see that this 3 by 2 is actually uh, a fraction, but it represents 3 as the value of the opposite side and 2 as the value of the adjacent side. So this has to be written 3 by 2. It might not be simplified to give you 1 whole 1 by 2 because in this case 3 is actually representing a value of a separate side, that is the opposite side, and 2 is representing the value of the adjacent side. So since we had to give the answer as a fraction, so we should keep the answer 3 by 2. Okay, for part C, the side opposite to the angle A is 2. So we would write tangent of angle A is equal to 2 divided by the adjacent side, that is 8. And now simplifying them, 2 ones are 2, 2 fours are. So the answer is 1 by 4. Same goes for this. Tangent of angle, now this is our angle of consideration x. So tangent of x will be equal to the side opposite to that, that is 3.6 divided by the side adjacent to it, that is 2.4. So dividing them up, we get 3 by 2. That's the answer to part D. And similarly, we can do, for example, for part E now, you see two angles are given. First of all, let me consider it angle Y. So the side opposite to Y angle is M and the side adjacent to it is N. So we can write down tangent of Y is equal to M divided by N. And now if you consider the angle Z, this one, so tangent ratio with respect to the angle Z will now be equal to the opposite side is N and the adjacent is M. So we will write N divided by M. So you see the values of the tangent ratio change depending upon the angle you consider. Okay, then similarly for part F, the angle of consideration is C. So we would be doing it tangent of C is equal to the opposite side, that is A squared, divided by the adjacent side, that is A. Now we can easily cancel them. Square gets cancelled out with this A. So we are left with A by 1 or just A. And finally, for part G, the angle of consideration is D. The opposite side is P raised to power 5 and the adjacent side is P raised to power 3. So tangent of angle D is equal to the opposite side divided by the adjacent side. That means P raised to power 5 divided by P raised to power 3. So using the laws of indices now, we can simplify them as P raised to power 5 minus 3, that is P squared, or you can consider it like this. P raised to power 5 means that P is to be multiplied with itself 5 times, and in the denominator P raised to power 3 means P is multiplying with itself thrice. So 3 of the P's get cancelled out with 3 of the P's in the numerator. We are left with P times P, that is P square once again. So you can consider it or understand it in this way as well. So these were the first two questions of the exercise 15.5. Now we move to the next questions. Question number 3. Find the length of the lettered side in each triangle. Give your answers to 3 significant figures. Okay. We need to find out in the first part A, the length of side X. So again, considering this angle now, tangent of 60, that will be equal to the opposite side, which is X, divided by the adjacent side, that is 3. Now we can simplify this algebraic or trigonometric equation as 3 would be cross multiplied with this 60. That will give you 3 times tangent 60. Here, I want to clarify a common mistake that mostly students make. That is, what do? They do it like this as well, that tangent 60 times 3. So either it is to be written like this, and if it is not written like this, so that might uh, make students to make an error. Like when they are going to use your calculator, they might be using tangent key, then 6, then 0, and then 3. And that might generate a wrong result. So 3 is to be written pre to tangent 60. That is 3 times tangent 60. So this should give you the result, which is 5.2 centimeters. Okay. Now for part B, this is the angle of consideration. The opposite side is y. So tangent 30 degrees equals to y divided by 8. Now again cross multiplying 8 times tangent 30. That is y. So the value of y is actually 35 point, no, sorry, this is using the calculator, 4.62 meters. And the same way we can find out other values, like let me do part E. Tangent of 45 degrees is equal to the opposite side, that is Q divided by 18. So tangent 45 using your calculator will give you 1. And when this 18 is going to be multiplied with this, so the value of Q would be 18 centimeters. And likewise, we can do the remaining parts. Okay, now it is question number 4. Now you see, now the opposite sides are given and we need to find out the adjacent sides. So question 4, part A, tangent of 30 degrees is equal to the opposite side divided, that is 12, divided by x. Now to calculate this x, again, you need to cross multiply it with tangent 30, x times tangent 30, that is equal to 12. Now an additional step is to be done, that is to shift this tangent 30 to this side. 12 divided by tangent 30. Using your calculator, you can have the answer to be 20.8 centimeters. This is to be done like pressing 1, pressing 2, then pressing divided by, then pressing tangent key, then 3, then 0, and then equals to. That will give you the answer. Or what you can do is that pressing this key, the fraction key, then pressing 1, then 2, and then using your arrow key, the down arrow key, and then in the denominator you would be pressing tangent key, then 3, then 0, and then equals to. That will give you the required answer. So let me solve its other parts. Like for example, we can do part G, for example. Tangent 12 is equal to, the opposite side is F and the adjacent one is 12.3. So F divided by 12.3. So this is again a part just like the parts in question number 3. So this will give us 12.3 times tangent 12, that is equal to F. That will give us 2.61 meters. That is the value F. So this is how these questions are to be done. Now we proceed to the next questions. Question number 5 is a word problem which states that use your calculator to find the value of tangent 47 correct to 4 decimal places. So that gives 1.0724 using the calculator. 10, then 4, then 7, and then equals to. Okay. Question 5 part B. The diagram shows a vertical tree OT, this one, whose base O is 30 meters horizontally from point M. The angle of elevation of T from M is 47. Like the angle above the horizontal is this. Calculate the height of the tree. We need to find out the height of the tree. So we can use the tangent ratio. Tangent of 47 degrees, that is equal to the opposite side, which is OT, or which represents the height of the tree, divided by 30. And since we just calculated the tangent 47 value to be 1.0724, so this is what I'm going to use in this case, and then I'm going to multiply this with 30 to have the value of h. The value of h is 32.2 meters. So that completes question number 5. I hope it would be clear.